Hello students, today we are going to discuss two important concepts, evolution of CSR and role of stakeholders. The concept of corporate social responsibility did not develop suddenly. It evolved gradually with changes in society, economy and business practices. So let us first understand how CSR has developed over a period of time. Corporate social responsibility was limited to charity in the initial phases and afterwards it has evolved in many phases. And the same way, initially only shareholders was considered to be the stakeholders, but in due course there are considered many stakeholders. So let's understand. So the first stage of evolution of CSR was philanthropic stage. This was considered as a charity approach also. Period was before 1950s. The major concept or major focus was on charity and donation. Under this stage, contribution was made in various ways. Generally, education and health facilities like construction of schools and temples, hospitals were contributed by the corporates. Donations to poor and needy people was given. These corporate supports during the natural disasters. The nature was totally voluntary. It was carried out by the businessmen voluntarily. It took place due to personal values of the owners. There was no any legal obligation for contribution in CSR. Industrial is donating money for the purpose of education and health. Second stage of CSR was social obligation stage. It was carried out or it was considered between 1950s to 1970s. The focus on social obligations beyond charity. Under this stage, focus was expanded from education and from construction of schools to employees' welfare, consumer protection, community development. The major contribution under this stage was providing safe and working conditions, providing fair wages to the workers, supporting community development by providing housing facilities to the employees. Health and sanitation programs were carried out by the corporates. So CSR became more organized, systematic and planned under this stage. The third stage of evolution of CSR was stakeholder oriented. The period considered between 1970s to 1990s. Till that stage, the companies understood that they are responsible not only to owners but also to the employees, customers, community, government and environment, at the same time to the shareholders. Businesses' responsibility shifted from only owners to multiple stakeholders. We have seen stakeholders includes employees, customers, community, government, environment, shareholders. The simple meaning of stakeholder is those who are get benefits from its operations are considered as stakeholders. Under this stage, the focus was expanded to the multiple stakeholders. So under this stage, corporate carried out various activities for the benefit of the various stakeholders. They contributed in the consumer right protection. They took care for the environmental protection. Ethical marketing was the key for the success. The focus was given on corporate governance also, and there was a transparency in routine or day-to-day transaction and in the financial transactions also. So we can say under this stage, CSR became more strategic, integrated with business policy. After this came the sustainability stage. Here, CSR was connected with sustainable development. Businesses focus on long-term benefits for society and future generations. This stage contributed to the climate change initiatives. Various resources were introduced for renewable energy. Skill development was in focus. Education programs were introduced by the company for the workers, for the society. Green technology was in practice. So CSR became strategic and professional. It was or it became the part of business strategy. It was considered as a brand building tool and risk management tool also. Finally, we have the modern legal and ESG stage. The period was 2013 onwards. In India, CSR became compulsory under the Companies Act 2013. It became mandatory and measurable. Key ideas were to execute the business operation based on concept ESG, that is environmental, social and governance oriented. Businesses should be transparent in their operations. Businesses will remain accountable legally and execution of ESG. Companies now spending a fixed amount on CSR. It has become the part of their structured budget. Professionally maintaining specialized department of CSR. We can observe or we can evaluate the impact of these CSR activities on the performance of companies and among the stakeholders. Digital reporting became very easy and convenient and was in practice. CSR today supports national development goals and sustainability mission. Now let's understand the evolving role of stakeholders in CSR. Earlier only shareholders were important. Now all stakeholders play an active role. First we'll consider employees. Initially only shareholders were important. Now all the stakeholders play active role. Employees are no longer considered only workers. In some organizations they are considered as a partners also. They participate in CSR programs and demand safe and fair workplace. Of course, they have a limited rights. They are contributing in various ways. They support in CSR implementation, and because of their active participation, companies are able to create ethical culture in the organization. Let's understand the role of consumers. Consumers are no more passive buyers or passive players. They are now socially aware. They observe functioning of the companies and prefer responsible companies. They choose and demand eco-friendly and economically supportive ethical brands. Consumers have power. They pressurize companies to adopt CSR. They promote responsible brands. The next important stakeholders are community. Now they are not just beneficiaries, but they are active partners. In some cases, they are co-creators of CSR projects. They provide feedback about the product and project. They participate in development program. They contribute by pressurizing companies to adopt CSR practices, and at the same time they promote responsible brands. Environment is now considered a silent stakeholder, but at the same time it is critical also. Companies must protect it for future generations. It contributes by forcing businesses to reduce pollution by promoting and pushing sustainable practices. Government now not only works as a regulator but at the same time partner in CSR programs. They are contributing in various ways. They are developing CSR laws. Some companies are conducting programs jointly with the government. Monitoring and reporting all the activities is mandatory to government. Shareholders are the owners of the company. They are investing in the companies for earning profit. But now they are focusing on long-term and value-focused goals. They are investing in environmental, social and governance projects. They support sustainable strategies. They demand transparency in the operations of the companies. Media and NGOs are new age stakeholders. They are the watchdogs. They create awareness among the society. They play a major role in implementing most of the activities. So consider it as an implementing partner. They report unethical practices. They guide CSR projects, and at the same time they measure the impact of CSR activities on society. To conclude, CSR has evolved from charity to social obligation to stakeholder responsibility, to sustainability and to legal accountability. Stakeholders have evolved from passive receivers to the active partners in CSR. Modern CSR is strategic, inclusive, transparent, and sustainable. CSR is no longer optional, it is necessary for responsible business and healthy society. Thank you.